When you walk by the taller clothes in Walmart, do you ever catch yourself saying, "Aw, this is so cute"? Yes? Yes, they are cute. But not when you're a teenager having to buy these cute clothes for your baby and not your baby doll. Then you see a girl at the mall, about the same age as you. But the only difference is that she's 7 months pregnant and you're not. You might be staring, but do you know what she's really going through? I want to inform you all on teen pregnancy in society today. Because by being at a young age and having to raise a child when still being a kid can cause so many problems to arise, with not only the economy, but with the family as well. I decided to choose this topic because when I was in high school at Nixon, Missouri, I noticed that teen pregnancy rate rise in the last 4 years I attended, and just in my class alone. Sometimes at lunch, I would walk by the football table hearing sexual secrets about the girls that they had slept with the night before. These things have made me so sad to listen to, such profound things, because these actions have caused some of them to end up with a baby and having to struggle with not only getting their classes, but having to change from being a teenager to a teen mom. 3 main points I like to cover in my speech is 1, the society effects on teen pregnancies today, 2, the facts, and 3, how teen pregnancies affect teenagers' lives. You might be thinking, well, what does society have to do anything to one's actions? Well, society can have a huge outcome of why a teenager becomes pregnant. Think about when you were or still are in high school and all the influence your peers have around you. Because sometimes when being in a relationship in high school, girls and maybe guys are sometimes peer pressured into having sex or have sex because they're in love and can't imagine doing it with someone else. Teenagers are so wrapped up in the social scene of what's cool and are so desperate to fit in and feel that sex and other elements are the way to be noticed. In my opinion, if a young girl gets pregnant, she would definitely be noticed, but not in the way that she wanted to. Other causes of society plays a role in teenagers' pregnancy is our guardians. With no parents or grandparents around for advice, for guidance, an individual will have lack of knowledge about sex and will turn to friends, movies, or even TV shows. The media today, such as Teen Mom or 16 Pregnant, might be trying to show a lesson to teens to wait, and that it's hard to support a baby when still being a kid. But in reality, it's idolizing teen pregnancy. With society playing a major role in teenagers' lives, let's face the facts. Fortunately, it's said, according to Family First 2004, that teen pregnancy has been slowly declining. But also, the United States has the highest rates of teen pregnancy of births in the West, and 34% of the young women become pregnant at least once before they reach the age of 20. That's about 820,000 a year. Then, in Missouri, according to Alan Kay 2009, May of 2005, teen pregnancy trends in Missouri that are slightly more than 8,600 births to teen annually. It's also said that when it comes to poverty, Missouri has 35% of all children live below the poverty level, and that is 66% of those children live in a single-parent home. Then with school, it is likely that a mother will have trouble finishing it, or in other cases, they will not finish it at all. By having a child as a teenager can affect each teen differently. I got the chance to ask a few questions to a fellow classmate of mine, Savannah Anderson, from high school, and that had a baby going into our senior year. Not only did she have a baby before graduating, but Savannah also got married to her child's father. This is not the typical thing to do at the age of 17, which is why I was curious to see if she still had the same ambitions for her life. Today, 2 years later, Savannah says by having a child so young has not affected her long-term goals, which is to be a special education teacher. After having a child, she still graduated high school and is now going to college to reach her dream. Her life is different than most college students. By achieving the same goals and in the end of having a baby has made more responsible, caring, and driven. The whole teen pregnancy situation helps her get her goals done quicker because she doesn't have time to waste. Savannah has to help provide her family, so she doesn't have time to act like a teenager. As you can see, Having a baby at a young age can affect individuals differently, both good and bad, but the teenage pregnancy still has become an epidemic in society today. With society being an influence of teenagers, the facts and the effects teenage pregnancies can have on an individual can cause a child to grow up faster than intended. With teenage pregnancy slowly declining, it is still an issue that needs to be heard. There are teenagers and other young individuals that are looked up to as role models by their peers, but setting a good example and getting pregnant as a teen is not sending a good message to the environment and as a role model. So if we act now and help those who have questions, maybe we can cause teenage birth rates to decline more before the statistics show the rates rising back up again.